Om Shanti, and a very good morning to all. Today we are going to continue with the Murli dated 19th December 1979. The title of the Murli is "The Way to Have Remembrance Easily is to Consider Yourself to be." So the past 2 days, Baba has been talking about how he is nourishing each and every leaf of this kalpa vriksh, uh, which we are, right? How Baba is nourishing us, and then Baba also spoke about how are we to do service, uh, how are we to progress, right? Today, Baba speaks about how are we to do service through our thoughts. Okay. Baba also says, while meeting the group, Baba says that always remember the praise that the Father has given you. This is required because this will keep you elevated. Also, Baba mentions that when you look at other souls, look at them with a lot of mercy and compassion. So let us read the Murli together. Baba says, you must make subtle effort to budget all of your treasures economically and conduct yourself accordingly. You know how to budget things, do you not? Just as you create a register for your physical treasures, in the same way, create a register of these subtle things. As the practical fruit of having renounced everything and become instruments, you have received a center and also have students. So Baba here is talking to the teachers, right? Further, he says, you now have to progress further. Everything you have received is according to however much you have done. Devotees and ordinary people should now be bowing at your feet. But all this is going to happen when we are ready to, become, or we are ready to take this as self-esteem of being a godly helper. Because when I, the soul, I offer myself in godly service, only then will I be able to, have feelings or receive so much of respect or from other souls, or as Baba mentioned, from the devotees, like they'll be bowing in your feet. But when this will happen, when my intentions are pure enough, when I am ready to offer myself, bow literally in front of Baba, that yes, I am ready to become what you want me to, right? So Baba says, devotees and ordinary people should now be bowing at your feet. You now have to show this practical fruit. You have also received the title of being equal to the Father. The elements too are continuing to be your servants according to your capacity. You must now make progress. You will definitely receive such fruit in a practical way, but you must not accept it. This used to happen with mama, with daddies, right? People used to, like when they used to, when mama, baba used to come, or when daddies used to reach the station, for service, used to go to another city, people used to welcome them with so much of flowers, bouquets, and garlands. So they have received all of this, right? But then Baba also mentioned here, you must not accept this. Because as earlier also Baba mentioned that you've already renounced all this. Further Baba says, you must now become one who serves through your mind. Those who give others the 7 days course serve through words. All of you also serve through your acts, but your speciality is of serving through your mind. Adopt this speciality and claim a special number. And now this is required these days as well, right? Not only in 79, but today as well. Why? Because many of us, in fact, most of us are busy, doing something or the else. Most of us are working. If not working, then there is household to take care of. There are plenty of things that happen other ways also, right? So we might not get time to at times serve through the words. We might not get a chance to give the 7 days course to someone, or do some karmana seva at the center. Not always. Yes, there is a possibility that we do get chances, but not always, right? So if not through words, if not through our deeds, then Baba has also given us the option of just serve through your mind. And in fact, serve through your every thought, right? So while I was reading this, that one thought that came to my mind is, how are we to do this, right? Maybe while meeting people, maybe while discussing, or maybe howsoever, to whomever we are meeting, how much am I aware that this soul should also take something from me? Okay, not really a blessing or anything in that form, but then a pure good wish for this person or for the soul, that he too or she too may become Baba's child. They should also get this knowledge, because this awareness is going to give me those good thoughts while I'm busy doing other stuff, right? Because when I call myself a godly helper, it has to be the awareness, it has to be in the consciousness that I am on a duty, right? And I am here to serve through my thoughts, right? Baba says, all of you also serve through your acts, but your speciality is of serving through your mind. Adopt this speciality and claim a special number. All of you are content, and you have to remain content. In order to become an instrument to teach lessons to others, you must also be able to conduct yourself according to the directions you are given. Our actions also, should be such that even before the other soul comes to know that he or she, is a Brahma Kumari or is a Brahma Kumar, they should come to know through the deeds that we are doing, that yes, the soul is something special. There is something special about the soul. Okay. That is what Baba is mentioning, that in order to become an instrument to teach lessons to others, you must also be able to conduct yourself according to the directions you are given. You are those who teach lessons in a practical way, by example, not just your words. You have taken a good jump. What will you do now? After you have jumped, you must stay. in the flying stage and constantly fly to the subtle region in the bodiless stage. Constantly continue to fly in your bodiless stage. Acha. Bapdada is meeting the groups. The first one, experience a powerful stage by remembering the praise that the Father has given you. Do you constantly sing songs of the praise of your fortune? When someone sings ordinary, worldly songs, there is so much happiness experienced. Even on the path of devotion, when people sing kirtan, that is devotional songs, they are so happy. So, all of you should also constantly continue to sing songs of the praise that the Father has given you. What will be before and what has the Father made us? Even this subtle thought, that what was I before and what has Baba made me now? This gives us a very, this makes you feel very intoxicated. So somewhere in between, when Baba, has given us the rule of maintaining traffic control, of doing remembrance, being in remembrance. Even this subtle thought, when we create that, in this journey, I was not actually the person of the soul who am I right now. Subtle are these changes, but then the way now I look at things, the way now I perform my activities, the way now I carry my tasks, the way now I meet people has really changed. So this also gives a deep intoxication that I am closely connected to the Father. And all this close connection has brought these changes. So that is what Baba is trying to do. Baba is trying to help us out with just be in this remembrance, that be in this praise, be in the intoxication of the praise that I have given. Yeah. Baba says, so all of you should also constantly continue to sing songs of the praise that the Father has given you. What were we before and what has the Father made us? Remember that and remain constantly cheerful. Power is merged in remembering this because it was the Father who made you powerful. Was it not? What you hadn't wanted to become, even in your dreams, you are experiencing that in the corporeal form. And this is why Bapdada says that all of you children are lucky stars. So, you are lucky stars, are you not? Those who constantly sparkle are said to be stars. Continue to sparkle with the treasures of powers and knowledge that you have received from the Father. Of course, this statement reminds you that knowledge is something to be remembered in a very difficult or too much occupied circumstance, right? Because when we are idle, when we are doing nothing, then it's easy to think, yes, all this Baba has mentioned, Baba said this, Baba says this way. But then knowledge is so deep that to remember this in times of circumstances, that is what you call true knowledge and true wisdom, right? Baba says, continue to sparkle with the treasures of powers and knowledge that you have received from the Father. Are you like that? You are not those who are hidden amidst the clouds, are you? You are those who constantly light up the world with your sparkle, are you not? You have happily stepped away from the old world. You are no longer a resident of the old world. You are a resident of the confluence age. So, have you stepped away from the old world, or you still have to do so? What do you think? Someone would not go to buy something old from the old world when you go to meet an old friend, would he? As I was saying, that when you go to meet your old friends in the old world, do you go there and buy something from them for yourself? You should not, because you are in the new world. You are in the confluence age, right? Going towards the new world, preparing for the new world. You are not supposed to buy anything from the old world. What an analogy. That don't go and look out for things, those fascinating, uh, truly mesmerizing things there in the old world. You are not to go because it's a trap. Right? Don't go and spend your time, waste your energies or waste your treasures over there. Right? Because those things are not meant for you. You are in the confluence age, totally different. And all this is while you are meeting your old friend. So of course, you are allowed to go and meet others, those who are not in Gyan, but then not to get something from them, which is waste for me, right? Which is draining my energy in some form. Baba says, someone would not go to buy something old from the old world when you go to meet an old friend, would he? Nowadays, even those standing on the border sometimes deliberately go to the enemy's country. You do not cross the border and go to the old world, do you? Now, again, another analogy of crossing the borders. You are not allowed to do that. See, this reminds me that, even when a single thought, a very subtle maybe, but a very single thought of someone did wrong, or, I was asked to do something, I spend my time on it. Okay? I give all my energy to that work. And then later that person, without even informing me, just scraps that part out, saying that this is not needed. Okay, this is not required. We don't need this anymore. Okay. But then this subtle thought, after this incident, after this scenario, my subtle thought of why? Why is this person doing so? Because when I was allotted work, I put all my energy into it. I spend my time for that. And then this is not being used. This subtle thought also is a waste one. Because what I noticed at that time was a continuous trail of negative and waste, that they do this all the time. This is done. This is unnecessary. I am being targeted for all this. A trail of negative thoughts. Okay. And later, when you are done with putting a lot of energy already in that work and again in those negative thoughts, you come to realize that now I am the person who is to summato this, right? Who is to club this everything and throw it away. Because all this is not required. What has happened, right? So the thing is very subtle. But then those thoughts that come along, those trail of thoughts, I am the one who is creating them, creating these thoughts, and then I'll be the one who has to clean the mess. Right? This is very subtle. Now, when Baba says that don't go to the old world, even one step over there, even one thought over there is going to take you towards negativity. At times, you might come out with bad words, with rude words, with harsh things. Okay, some act of yours might create a, make the situation more worse. So this is where we need to keep checking ourselves. Right? Baba says, the new world is standing in front of you and you have stepped away from the old world. Do not go into the old world, even in your thoughts. Go there, you will become trapped. Like I mentioned, this happens, and this happens with all of us. But then, with the subtle awareness, with that consciousness, with the conscious effort of, not on a particular thing, what has been done is done. This was meant to be. Finish, put a full stop, move ahead. That's it. But this also requires a lot of power, and this will come through practice, I believe. Baba says, do not go into the old world, even in your thoughts, become trapped. Therefore, constantly consider yourself to be at the confluence age. At the confluence age, you would remember the Father and the inheritance. In effort, there has to be a balance of both your self-progress and progress in service. Do you keep making plans for both? What plans have you made now? Someone might have replied, to have a spiritual fair at the Kumbh Mela in Ujjain. The Baba says, you are making preparations for the Mela with a lot of splendor. It is good. However, maintain the special attention. Let the atmosphere of the Mela be so peaceful that any people who come with an attitude of chaos and fluctuation would feel that they have come to a different place altogether. There may be noise everywhere else, but with you, let them have the experience of having reached a place of peace, Shanti. Let even those who are standing on duty outside be standing there as bestowers of the blessing of peace. Let your vibrations of peace make them peaceful. Through this, there will be the sound in the whole Mela that they went there for just 2 minutes, but have come back with an experience of very good peace. This should not be the case even while we are outside doing service, but this has to be a place where we stay, where we go to work, right? A place of work, our home, the center, right? Wherever we are there, souls should experience something new. Souls should experience peace at that place. That this place has very good and very elevated vibrations. Right? May it be your home, may it be your workplace, may it be that little corner, that desk of yours where you're working, may it be your shop, whatever. But then it should be vibrated with peace. And that will happen when I am carrying those vibrations of peace with me. Right? Through this, there will be sound in the whole Mela that they went there for just 2 minutes, but have come back with an experience of very good peace. Those who used to come at the beginning of the establishment used to experience from the chanting of Om that was a place of peace. Similarly, let them experience peace in this Mela. The mood of those who come to a Mela is completely different. Those Melas are like a bazaar, and so also they come peaceless. it is essential to give them an experience of peace through which they would feel that this is special. Invite everyone with love, and everyone will become happy on seeing your love. No matter how others are speaking, when you speak peacefully with love, that will create an impact. Those who have come onto the stage from time to time will eternally accept this on seeing it. Now, everyone's eyes have lowered a little, but their heads haven't bowed down. Eventually, everyone will bow down. For everyone to bow down means that there will be victory. Then, after the revolution, there will be peace. They have now taken the first pose of bowing down, and they will finally bow down to the feet. That time also, and now also, many have agreed, that yes, Brahma Kumaris is a very special organization and has something unique in it. So we also should consider ourselves instrument in giving Baba's knowledge or giving Baba's message to others through our thoughts, words, and deeds. Right? We souls are also instrument in doing that. Baba's meeting the second group. The duty of the merciful children of the merciful Father is to show everyone their destination. Everyone has experienced a beggarly life and have now become full of all treasures. When children who have become full of all treasures see others, they will have mercy that they too should find their destination and that they should also benefit. You definitely have to give the Father's introduction to whoever comes into contact with you. See, Baba is again underlining, bringing it into our notice that you definitely have to give the Father's introduction to whoever comes into contact with you. While I was reading this, one subtle thought that followed was, do I even look at others with that mercy and compassion that Baba wants me to do? Yeah? Or am I busy dealing with my own circumstances, handling my own daily life? Am I busy with all of that, or am I really concerned, or do I really have those deep feelings of mercy that even these souls who are stressed, who are in so much of stress, who lack peace, do I really feel that they should also get something from Baba? This was also a subtle point of checking. Of course, on a higher level, we say that, yes, I am in godly service and being merciful, I am working on it, I am giving sakash. But then, while looking at others, do I have this consciousness being merciful towards them? That it's okay. They might have their own circumstances. The soul is also going through something. And maybe he or she should also benefit. But how much am I aware? This was a point of checking. Maybe we can discuss this, but so Baba says, when someone comes to your home, you definitely offer them some water. If they go away without having anything, you would feel bad, would you not? Therefore, those who come in contact with you, offer them the water of the Father's introduction. If you relate a little knowledge to them, that is like offering them water. If you give them the 7 days course, that is like giving them Brahma Puja. You definitely have to give something or the other because you are the children of the bestower. Acha. So there is no yat pyar, but from us to our beloved Bap Dada, love-filled remembrance, good morning and namaste. We will take a minute of silence and then we can discuss the points. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. We can unmute and share the points. What has Baba mentioned today? Would anyone like to share? Please go ahead.
Om Shanti, sister.
Om Shanti.
So very nice meeting. And I like when Baba met the first group where Baba said, to experience a powerful state by having the remembering the praise that Father has given us. So one very good example Baba said is, I too feel when there's some of the devotional songs are very touching. So when we listen to that songs, we feel so good. So that really gives that happiness. Um, and it has some of them uh, as a very we feel it's touching the heart. Some of the lines are so powerful in that way. So Baba says that we also have to sing the song that Baba is giving us so many places. So when we sing that, there is so much of experience. We feel so happy. And Baba says there is power in it. So power is merged in remembering all this. So this is one way to keep ourselves constantly cheerful. So Baba would like to, would like us to do this. Yeah, thank you. This is the point that I would like to take any further. Thank
you. Yes.
Om Shanti, sister.
Om Shanti.
Yeah, I do also remember the kirtans, the bhajans, which they used to be, very, very simple. Like, tan man dhan sab charan tumhara, I don't know whether I really understood that meaning when I used to join in those bhajans, or even le lo ram, mujhe apni sharan mein le lo ram. Such intoxicating bhajans and all, which gives you some happiness in the mind. The intellect, some a kind of a feeling happens in the buddhi, and your heart is touched. And they are such not just kandras. And even now you see Baba starts the Murli and he mentions some of the song. In fact, he wakes me up every morning with a beautiful song. His Mere Ladle Bacho Uto, when he says that, even that singing, I don't know if Baba is singing, but yes, it intoxicated. But Baba is telling us what we should sing, what we wear, and what Father has made us. I liked that part because I really grew up in this kind of kandras of bhajans and all. And I also like when Baba said, I constantly light up the whole world with my sparkle. If you see in yesterday's Murli, Baba spoke about this old world. Baba said the Sakar Murli. Baba said, the old world is mine and all the children are mine. And so step away from the old world. So sometimes it's a coincidence when Abhyakt Murlis are read over here, and the Murli which is read that day, there is little coincidences which I always like. So even that one part, stepping away from the old world, which Baba said, I like that. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Yes. Anyone like to share any more points? Would like to add something? I just have a little question. Maybe we can discuss this. Like when Baba mentions that you need to serve through your thoughts, how do we take this? How do we understand this terminology of serving through thoughts, or when Baba says serving through the mind? How do we take this? I mean, like whatever, however do you understand that? Can you just share a few points and
Sister, yesterday only we had a discussion about this when, I always loved this mind control. Like we have seen so many instances where you just see, they say, I know what is running in your mind. Or what I call this mind. First of all, that control of the mind is needed because these thoughts are that like a spiral, like a wheel, they keep moving, they are not the same. And to serve through the thoughts means first I have to control it. I just want to say now, there's a beautiful song it is called as The Windmill of My Mind. In that song, how beautifully what happens to the thoughts, why it becomes wild, and what is needed for it to, because it goes in caverns and tunnels, and then it comes back, it jumps back. So when Baba says thoughts is, that is the only communication which can go like jet to the other side. Sitting over here now, if I want to think of my daughter who's very far away, I can send it through thoughts. I can bring it, but it has to be on a non-expectation level. It has to be on a detached stage. If I'm attached to that as a body, then this mind is so, what to say, finicky. The communication doesn't go. So there are, for what we call, it's such a deep thing to know this Mansa Seva, concentration, realization, shifting your consciousness. There are a deep thing which one could, but that's the only thing I could do sitting at Amrit Vela over here. And if there is no other service, I can send across. And the best example we have in Brahma Kumaris, I love the third Sunday meditation. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti? Yes, wonderful. Anyone else?
Serving
Yes.
through thoughts, reflections that comes in is one is if we see something which is probably not good enough at that point of time, what am I thinking? Am I running through a waste thought? So uh, if I see somebody ill treating someone as a third party, what am I thinking about those two souls? Catching myself there and just telling, okay, there's something that's there. Can I support them to come out of this? If I cannot, can I just give them strength to look at or bless them? The same thing applies to either soul as well. If someone is angry at me or shouting at me, or I might be a cause in that particular event, maybe I must have done something wrong and then the person is shouting. But when the person is shouting or speaking loudly at me, what is that is going on in my mind? What are the thoughts that I'm creating? Am I silent? Is my mind silent at a point of time? And silent not just in words, but also from within. Sometimes I may say, why is this person telling me things like this? And which usually happens with me. If I am at fault, please tell about it. If I'm not at fault, why are you shouting or why are you angry at me? Now, these kind of thoughts keeps coming and going, but these are just thoughts. But at that moment, if I catch myself and I become silent, do not think anything about it, because whatever I'm going to be thinking at that stage is going to be a reaction or from the space of an upset mood or a waste thought. So for me, serving through thoughts is just having a pure space. And the only access that Baba has always given is consider the other soul and you as other person as a soul and you as a soul. So being in soul conscious space and being aware of what is that at that moment I'm thinking is important. And that's the way I can serve. Anything which is waste or negative is going to be deserving myself and the other soul as well. Om Shanti.
Yes, so true. Yes, brother, please go ahead.
Shanti, I'll just add. Yeah, so one thing is serving through mind, that we know that only Brahmins have that knowledge, right? According to me, I think it is only Brahmins who would do the service of through mind, because no one else have this knowledge or understanding that serving through mind will benefit so much than being supporting someone physically or other support. Like when we see, normally when we go out, right? So sometimes when I see somebody is doing rash drive, so immediately the thought that comes in my mind is, oh, let them reach safely at home, right? So this is something, comes, I guess, naturally to all Brahmins, right? So because we all wish others wellness. Right. And then we might see some people going through great crisis, financial crisis, right? So they might be very good people, right? In the sense, they might be, when it comes to social interaction, they'll be very nice. And we see them struggling a lot when we feel like, okay, let them come out of their crisis and have a wonderful life. So, and similarly, health issues, when we see people are suffering because of so and so health issues, right? So, not many people knows that, yeah, we have to give them this sakas or power. So that's going to really work for them and really help them to come out of things, right? So though the Laukic world has the knowledge of law of attraction, but I guess it's not the context that Baba is introduced this Mansa Seva is. That law of attraction is something the Laukic knowledge is changed it to attract something that which they want in their life. So it's working like a more like a business mentality, like what they want, they are attracting towards them. So yeah, so this is the unique service that only Brahmins are doing, which is a great contribution. So yeah, so see, I feel so proud to be a Baba's child that Baba taught me this. Thank you. Once again.
Yes, it's wonderful.
Sister, I would just like to add to this. I don't know. Sorry if I differ a bit. I feel Mansa Seva is not, yes, now in this confluence age, maybe it's a prerogative of the children because we are the chosen ones. We have accurate introduction of the Father. We have accuracy. We don't allow the thoughts to go from door to door, stumbling, spiral, reels, and circles. Fine. But I think every child of the Lord can do this service. I never, because I have read when I was young about Paramahamsa and all, how through their mind they used to reach out. Well, even I have had experience of there like that. So I can never conclude to say only uniqueness it's the Brahmins. It's just my opinion. Because, but now, in this confluence age, when we have to go to the new world, when the concept of the new world, the true Father, Satyata, accuracy, the real thing, this is the one, not all that. For that, if it is needed, as I am the chosen one, in the end, Baba says, come on, now be my godly helpers and spread. I don't know. I think this is how I take it. Sister, you were asking a question when you were reading the Murli about this merciful one. I think that's a good checkpoint, why we should be merciful. And I think that's a nice thing to know throughout the day. See, Baba says just not giving sorrow is not a big thing, but did you give happiness? Did you give mercy? So I think that checkpoint, can you say how to really, that's a lovely thing to know. Because even yesterday, Baba started the Murli with merciful children. And you asked us how to know whether I am like my merciful father. I, I really think throughout the day, are we? So if you could just throw some light on it, sister.
Yes, when this point, while I was actually reading the Murli, this also the thought really came that at times we are so much occupied with other things or with scenarios that you try to just miss out with okay, this was the person, and did I really meet the soul with the kind of affection that he or she needs, or the kind of peace, the kind of purity that he or she needs. So at times what happens is, I mean, I can only share an experience on it. When you practice this, I mean, this traffic control really helped me there. While when you take this consciousness that today I am going to practice this, this awareness, at least, that while I meet the other person, what exactly do I feel, or how do I feel what he or she needs. So, I believe it was 10:30 in the morning, and totally lost, as always, as we go and get occupied with work. So, 10:30 traffic control, I did. And after that, someone came to my desk asking me, that this is something that needs to be done. And do you know how to do this? And I was shocked literally at that time that while I was sitting in the traffic control, I actually realized that this was the issue yesterday, and this person has not really come up to me, but he or she might come. Okay. So I prepared my mind with an answer that, I am ready with so and so, and I'll do this. I can give you this, or we can take this forward. And I was literally shocked when 5 minutes later that person came up saying, you remember we did this? And I just had an answer that, yes, I do remember. And, so these little things, and also talking about, looking at that soul with a lot of mercy, because now mercy here, I consider, like, if that person is distressed, needs kind of help, maybe physically, maybe uh, emotionally, mentally. So, am I prepared for that as well? Now, this was an example of a very basic, a very physical help that you offer in some sort of work. But my intention was to go dig down deeper, like, am I really able to analyze or bring myself in the consciousness that, yes, I am merciful? Mm. So that, I believe, was the checking point for me, that slightly I was lacking in that. Because, to have that kind of compassion, to have that kind of mercy, just as Baba wants us to have, I believe needs a lot of practice. वो तरस और वो रहम, which literally Baba says that आता है आपको, या क्या अपने में ही उलझे, somewhat that. So yes, I mean, this will come through practice, but yes, anybody else would like to share something on this, then surely do that. I'm not sure if I could answer to sister's question, but
Nice journey. I like the way you, unaware you were caught, I think. You didn't know you were there. That shows your connection to the merciful Father. See, Baba has to give. It was very beautiful to know that it just happens. You needn't think, it just happens because of the glued connection with the Rahimdil Father.
Yes, but this has to be the awareness as well now. we really need to work on this also, that being aware and not really lost in the in other things. Yes. So anyone else would like to share anything? Would like to add on to anything? No? Okay. Okay, sister, shall we move? Yes, brother. Want to share something?
Yeah, we have an announcement for tomorrow's session.
Sure.
We quickly announce that before we move to meditation. So tomorrow, as we know, Sunday, so we have a Murli Manthan session by Dr. Saurabh Bhai. So the Murli dated 17th December 1979. The Murli package gave a lot of points about Amrit Veda, the importance of Amrit Veda. So Dr. Saurabh Bhai will be taking us to this Murli tomorrow. So request everyone to join. Okay. Over to you, sister. Meditation.
Om Shanti. Let's sit in silence for a moment, reflecting that I, the soul, I am a lucky star, the luckiest of all. I, the soul, have all the powers, all the knowledge that the Supreme has given me. I sparkle, shine with these virtues, with these subtle powers, with the subtle ability to be combined with it. I, the soul, imbibe his sparkle in me. Imbibing the knowledge, the wisdom, the love, the affection that he has for me. I am to experience this deeply, and I am to radiate this light, this shine all around as I move throughout my day, being with him in his remembrance, with the consciousness that the Supreme Light is with me. I take my day forward. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Om Shanti.
Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Deepika Bain. Thank you, Divine Family. We shall connect again tomorrow at 5 a.m. Until then, you all fly in your bodiless stage. Om Shanti.